Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another episode. So, for today's episode of the podcast, um, I, hold on. Before I start, I do want to say I did change the name. I wasn't really feeling it. I did change it to Neytea Podcast, and I actually like it a little bit better. I put it here. I'm pretty sure you guys don't even know what it says, but it says Neytea Podcast episode 2. So I did give you a chance. I did give everyone a chance on my Instagram. If you don't follow me as a Neytea, I'll put it somewhere here in the screen. So I gave you guys a chance to pick what do you guys want me to talk about for episode 2 topic, and a lot of you guys wanted the same thing I said for that I was gonna do regardless, and it's talking about family in-law and in-laws, by the way. So let's just go on with the video. And I just want to say this will piss people off and people will call me problematic. But as a human, I have rights to express myself. I will not be bashing anyone, just simply telling a story time. If you feel some type of way that sounds like a personal issue, I'm so sorry, but I'm here. I created this podcast for a reason. So if you do not like me and you're watching me, I think you're the issue and you should leave. But I a lot of people get mad because I talk about a lot of story times and this and that and express myself online. But when big influencers do it and they do these type of stories, they they don't get mad. They like it. But when it's like a small like not influencer, like a small creator like myself, um, we get bashed for it. We are seen as the problem. Okay, enough of me. Let's just start with the chisme, you guys. So I do have my computer slash. Let me show you guys. It's a tablet as well. Let me. Okay, so before I start the video, I do want to say I wrote everything down on my tablet, computer slash whatever, and this is so I can be organized and I'm not everywhere like I'm always when I'm telling the story, and you guys can understand more. So keep in mind that's why I'm gonna be looking at the tablet and talking to you guys at the same time. But basically, so let's talk about family in-laws in general before I start with mine, because I've met other family in-laws that are as toxic as mine, you guys. It's hard for me to say that because I don't know why we can't just all get along. So the only person who will not be included in this video for honestly is going to be my mother-in-law, because my mother-in-law is actually the best. She's the most peaceful person ever and I have no issues with her. So I do want to mention before starting the video, I want to give you guys an example. So when I witnessed my sister's family-in-laws and how they would treat her, that's when I basically told myself I would never ever let anyone disrespect me ever like that, because I will always tell her to stand up for herself. And she's still, I don't know if they're still the same, but like she had really horrible family laws, and I will always tell her to stop being like fucking stand up for yourself, and she would never do that. And I seen that they walked all over her, and I'm like, and I told myself from that day I would never ever be like her. I will always stand up for myself. And honestly, when you stand up for yourself, people make you seem like you're the issue and you're the problem when you're just standing up for yourself. But I just wanted to say that because I know I look. Besides my family in-laws, there is a lot of. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have family in-laws that are toxic, and I did ask you guys on Instagram to give me stories about your toxic family in-laws, which I will include a little bit later in the video. But I don't know why, there's many toxic like mother-in-laws too. Thankfully, I was blessed with a really good mother-in-law, but some women aren't blessed enough, and I've heard really horrible stories, and I don't understand why mothers act like that towards their sons, wife or girlfriend. Like, why can't they just be loving? Okay, so enough of me talking of that. So let's start from the beginning. I won't go into detail, too much into detail. If you are new here and you want to know the whole chisme, I suggest you watch my story time. I have two. So the first one, the second one, I'll put it somewhere here in the screen, the picture. so you can find it. As many of you know, there was a whole situation with my sister-in-law, but basically when me and my partner started dating, everything was fine. Me and my family-in-law had no type of problems, you guys, like at all. But as many of you know, my partner was paying for her house, for his sister's house. Um, and I say her house because my partner did the mistake of only having her name on the house. So before me and him started dating, I didn't know that him and the father made an agreement that the house will only be paid because my partner was living there. So from the start, they knew that the house was both of theirs and not just hers. But when me and him started dating, he told me to move in, and I did, you guys, and never. But so basically, when I moved in, I never really talked to her or wanted a friendship with her. I was really shy, you guys, and I was really quiet. I'm a really shy person. When you first meet me, I'm a very quiet person. I will not talk to you if you don't talk to me. Um, Basically, that happened, and then everything was good. Keep in mind, in this house was me, my partner, his sister, and her ex-boyfriend. So in the beginning, when we all slowly started talking to each other, it was going good, you guys. We will all eat together in the dining room. Make dinners, cook here and then, make conversation. And there was an occasion on my birthday, and this was my first birthday I celebrated with my man. But she basically texted my man that I could get a cupcake. Um, for I don't know if she bought it before, I think, and she just told me to. She was nice enough to be like, hey, you can grab a cupcake, and I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. Especially because it was my birthday and I wanted a cupcake already. Okay, you guys. So basically, everything was fine till her ex boyfriend started picking on me. Yes, a grown man was picking on me, you guys, complaining about me about the most stupidest, smallest thing ever, you guys, that wasn't even supposed to be complained about. And my man knew that. Trust me, you guys. So he was complaining about me, and basically, I do want to mention that many of you know how I met my partner. So my man's ex also had a problem with both of them. So yes, I knew they were something else, but that not till I realized how bad they were until I met them myself. And it's crazy because my man actually told me his sister didn't like none of his exes, and that she actually liked me at first. And honestly, which is a little hard to believe. Basically, me and her whole family believe that everything started because of her ex, and I still believe that. I truly believe she just followed his little footsteps. So he started everything, and she just followed along. Okay, you guys. So basically, her ex will pick on me by moving my stuff, turning off my candles, and there was a time. Okay, he will slam doors as well, but there was also a time where this grown weird man who literally serves the fucking army, you guys, he literally scratched. Oh, maybe it's too loud. He literally scratched Amir's ultrasound picture, and I know this because when you get a fresh ultrasound, it comes out clean, no scratches or anything. And that and this time I put it in the fridge, okay, and the next day it was scratched up. I was like, I cannot believe this guy. Okay, so that's when I noticed that this dude has to know me or know who I am, because he hated me so much. Literally, you guys, this grown man hated me. And when she started being an asshole, basically, let me tell you guys when she started being an asshole. So one night, she texted my man a crazy message. Basically, me and my man were on our way to go pick up some pizza. I remember this day so fucking clearly, you guys. So we were gonna go get some pizza when he showed me a message of his sister, saying, basically telling my man that since I'm the only one who doesn't work, I should clean up after everyone and always clean the house. And this is where me and my man kind of like looked at each other, and we were kind of like, we laughed and we were so confused. So he texted her saying that I'm not their maid, that I will not be cleaning after everyone or anyone. And this is where she got really mad. I took it personal because I am nobody's fucking maid. I am not my man's maid. I'm not their fucking maid. They are grown ass people, and just because they had to go to work, it is not my problem. So eventually he did tell her that it's not his fault that he could take care of me. He went there. I didn't tell him to do say this wasn't his own words, you guys. He literally told her that it's not his problem that he could take care of me and her boyfriend cannot take care of her. And that I won't be cleaning up there anybody because I'm nobody's fucking maid. And this pissed her off really like a lot more. And I was kind of like, yes, that's my fucking man right there. Like, yes, bitch, stand up for me. So it made me happy to know that he stood up for me. And keep in mind, I think she feels some type of way because her boyfriend would not take care of her. She had to work. She still has to work. And she was I think at first she was paying the bills, and it's not even a lie, you guys. But she did stop paying it. He told me that she just stopped paying them, but her ex-boyfriend was there for the free, basically. And I don't understand why she had some. And a lot of people were saying that maybe she hates me because I was in there not doing shit or anything. But why would she get mad when her ex-boyfriend was doing that just because he worked and I didn't? It's like kind of like what my man said to her. It is not my fault that my man can provide for me and let me stay home. Anyways, after he told her that, she got more mad and we didn't give a fuck. So moving on, after that, everything went fucking downhill, you guys. Basically, one night her ex was slamming doors and I texted her saying if he can stop. And this sensitive grown woman got mad and started talking shit. And I say sensitive because I truly feel like in that situation she was just being over dramatic and very sensitive when I didn't mean anything in a bad way. I basically texted her saying if he can stop, and basically she started talking shit. Y yo no me dejo. Te pones perra, me pongo perra yo. Okay, bitch. This is for anyone, really, really, in general, not for her. But she was talking shit, and keep in mind, you guys, I was fucking pregnant with Amir. She knew I was pregnant with Amir, you guys. So she was talking shit to a pregnant woman and started shit with a pregnant woman. For what? And she knew but I told her if she wanted to fight or tell me how she feels, she can come to my face, our room, because we were not far away, and she never did. So after a couple messages, and she actually kicked me out of the house her brother was paying for, you guys. And I did indeed started packing my stuff. I remember this. I'm a dramatic ass bitch. I'm dramatic as fuck. Literally. But I started packing my stuff, and that's when I told my man that I was leaving because his sister kicked me out while pregnant, and he got mad and told me to stay, that she doesn't pay shit to say shit. So I stayed, and the next day she wanted to say sorry, and talk about what happened that night, you guys. Okay, let me just say this. She wanted to apologize and basically tell me I'm sorry, this and that. But that same, like, she literally made it like, okay, hold on. She told me that she was drunk and that's why she went overboard. Let me tell you this: when somebody's drunk, the truth comes out. Their true self comes out. So that's literally not an excuse, and she made it an excuse. And keep in mind, just to keep people peaceful going on, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, whatever, yeah, you want to say sorry to me. But I truly know that she didn't mean it. And trust me, my intuition is strong as fuck. I know when somebody's fucking bullshitting me, lying to me. I can sense it, feel it, everything. So she did apologize. She told me that that she was sorry for kicking me out, that she was drunk, blah blah blah. So keep in mind, you guys, I ended up finding out that she kicked me out because I did not add please and thank you in the message. I was so shook. I know this because she herself told me this when she hit me. She ended up telling me that she kicked me out because I didn't say please and thank you. Yeah, maybe I should have, but I was literally telling her I was being nice. I don't even say please and thank you to my mother or anyone. So why the fuck would I have to tell her? With strangers, yes, I'll be like, thank you, have a good day, or hold their doors and stuff like that. But what? I was truly confused, you guys. I was like, so you did all of that because I did not say please and thank you in the message because your ex was slamming doors on purpose? What? Okay, you guys, like I said, I won't get too much into detail. If you guys want to watch my story times, go to my main channel. Moving forward, I just want to mention I didn't want any of this to happen, you guys. It's not like I was like, yes, God, give me the worst family-in-law or the worst sister-in-law. No, like I truly didn't know this was gonna be a thing and that it was gonna happen. I just wanted my happy ending and to be at peace, because many of you guys know about my past. If you haven't watched my first podcast episode, I talk about my childhood trauma and how I was in a toxic household. You guys, the fact that I got out of a toxic household just to get to another one, I was not having it. I'm so sorry. If you understand, if you've been in a toxic household and you go into another one, wouldn't you be like, fuck this shit? No. So I stood my ground. I was like, I'm not going through this shit again. Fuck this. I deserve happiness and peace, and she was not giving that. So shit had to happen. It's not like I did it on purpose. A lot of you guys on TikTok, and I know I really didn't give a fuck, to be honest. A lot of people were saying that I was the problem because I exposed her, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh, she doesn't talk to her family, and now the sister-in-law, she must be the problem." Like, I'm so sorry something triggered you, and maybe you're also a piece of shit, but why, like, me not talking to my mother and my sister-in-law is an example of me standing up for myself. Maybe a lot of you guys don't do that, but I'm a different type of breed. I will stand up for my fucking self. I don't give a fuck if that's viejita, joven, if you're purple, brown, red, I don't give a fuck. I really hate that this whole thing happened. Like, I really wish I could have a sister-in-law I can talk to, hang out with, but she did this to herself. All I did was expose the type of person she is and how she was treating me. But keep in mind, when she was trying to argue with me, I was like, I need to leave this situation, because I was pregnant. Well, I'm pregnant, but I was pregnant when everything was happening. So I went to the room to get my charger, like I was supposed to get in the first place, and just leave again. So she followed me to our room, you guys. She wanted to cause trouble. I was not the one who wanted to cause trouble, because I was literally trying to find, and out of anger, I couldn't find it, because I was like, fuck, where the fuck is my charger? She's here fucking following me and shit. Honestly, being pregnant in this whole situation, I was emotional bitch, and it's just, my hormones were everywhere, you guys. So after the police showed up, they took my statement, her statement. Keep in mind, she knew what the fuck she did, so I think she called the cops herself, and then she called her boyfriend, and I was like, okay, she this bitch is gonna try to, I'm so sorry, this it's not force of habit. This person is going to try to victimize herself, and she fucking did. So I ended up going to the hospital because I was literally worried. People in TikTok was like, "Why the fuck would you go to the hospital?" Like, I understand you guys hate me, but like, you guys are so stupid. Like, your brain is not there. Like, as someone who you got out of fight and pregnant, the smartest thing to do is to go to a hospital and check that your baby is fine and alive, you guys. So basically, after I went to the hospital, and this is where the part 2 comes out, and a lot of you guys know that I was left in the hospital by my husband, and I had to walk home, and I got a ride from a stranger. Before I start anything, I do want to apologize, because you guys are probably gonna think like, oh no, you did it on purpose, you dumb bitch. No, like, I'm telling you guys how it really is. I'll always keep it honest with you guys. So yes, I'm not saying it didn't happen. Everything did happen. I was in the hospital. He left, and I had to walk home, and I got a ride from a stranger. When I posted the story time, I didn't have enough storage. I was already having enough trouble with saving the video itself because it was so long. So I did cut off a lot of stuff, and I could have added the clip that I'm about to talk about. Is when I went to the hospital, I didn't have my phone. Like I said, you guys, my phone it was dead as fuck. I left it in my car with my phone and my charger. I left everything out there. So when I was in the hospital, I did call him, and he did go with his dad. His dad was being such an asshole. I know he was just trying to get the story, but I was trying to be left alone, you guys. So he actually left. I remember going in the bathroom, and he didn't tell me that he was leaving. All I saw, he was not in the hospital, and I called him. He wasn't picking up. So at this point, I want everyone to understand, yes, I am very dramatic, and I'm working on myself and my character to not be dramatic and childish. I thought the worst, but basically, after me being emotional and everything, I decided to leave the hospital. So I decided to leave. I was thinking the worst. I'm like, fuck him, this and that. I was literally thinking the worst. So I was walking, and a stranger saw me walking, and they're like, hey, do you need a ride? And I'm like, I've always done this all my life, and I should stop as well. I have a lot of stuff to work on for myself, but I did take a ride. This person took me to the house, and then it was a guy, so he left. And honestly, I don't regret taking the ride because it got me where I had to. It got me from point A to point B. But when I got there, it was like perfect timing. He actually came out with my mother-in-law, and I saw he had a mirror. So I was bitching at him when I got there, and he's like, "You need to relax because I had to come back because they couldn't take care of him. They were more focused on her." And he had to come back, and I feel so bad because I was like, fuck, man, I totally forgot about our child. I was being selfish, and honestly, I feel bad because I did this to myself only because I'm an overthinker, I overthink stuff, and I feel like people are doing me wrong all the time. And I feel like because I've been through a lot of traumatic stuff, I always have my guard up, and I always overthink the worst of people. And he basically was explaining to me that he didn't have his phone as well. I don't know what was that, but he didn't have his phone with him, that he was taking care of a mirror. And a lot of you guys were making fun of that, and we both knew the truth. And yes, it took me a while to come out and say the truth, but I feel like, look, he knew what the video had and what clips had. And I did tell him that, hey, look, if you're not comfortable with me, like having this up and I'll remake it, I can do that. And he didn't really care. He's like, no, it's fine. And yes, I could have said the truth, but no one would have believed me, and probably people was not gonna still believe me. I promise you guys, this was not done on purpose. Like, I truly didn't have enough storage for my phone, and I literally had to cut so much stuff. And I could have added the clip where I said everything, and that was my mistake, and it's still my mistake. Would I go back and change it? Yes. Luego, aparte of the fact that his sister, she did to me, I was just very hormonal, emotional, sensitive. Keep in mind, you guys, oh my god, like every time when I was pregnant with Mira, she started shit. And then when I gave birth, she was acting so nice. She was like, how was birth? And then again, I get pregnant, and then she wants to start shit. I feel like she only did it when I was pregnant. Yes, I did expose her social medias, and I feel like I was just so hormonal and emotional because of what she did to me. And a lot of you guys are probably going to think, oh, why are you still talking about it? I have the rights to talk about whatever the fuck I want. This is a free country and freedom of speech, baby. I am a human with rights. You cannot take my rights from me. After all of that, we moved into my mother-in-law's house, and one day a cop came, you guys. He came to my mother-in-law's house, and he asked for me. Basically said I was getting served with a protection order. My sister-in-law had the audacity to put a protection order against me when she was the one that put her hands on me while pregnant. I'm going to show you guys a short version of what she said in the report. Yesterday on 12/14/21, Brittany posted my social media information about me, and yes, I did, so her followers can go attack me. No, the fuck I didn't. I do regret posting her social media, honestly. That's one thing I do wish I could undo. She came home that day, and I confronted her. She started screaming while I was trying to have a civil conversation. That is a fucking lie. No one was screaming, literally. What did she say? It's funny she says civiled when she literally was the one to start everything and was not leaving me alone. Like, I understand she was trying to make a conversation, but if I'm telling you to leave me alone and respect my decision. This is like, I'm so sorry. Me and my man literally read this and laughed at each other. He literally found the type of person his sister is, and I'm so glad he did, honestly, you guys. I don't hate her. Like, I'm talking like this, and it doesn't mean I hate her. I did at first, you guys. I fucking hated her so much. But he finally found out what type of person his sister is, because nothing went the way she did and the way she's describing here. She knew she fucked up, so she tried to lie out of this and victimize herself. Driving each other hair. She told me she was pregnant. Then I let go. Okay, let me tell you guys something. She lied to the police, but a lot of us know that she knew I was pregnant. I mean, besides me always throwing up at the house and always mentioning that I was pregnant. When I mentioned her on TikTok first before doing the story time, I literally said in the video that I tagged her in that I was pregnant. Como dice la Nicki Minaj. It's a remix. I personally know the truth. God knows the truth, and she knows the truth. I don't have to be here like, oh no, she's lying. Believe me. No, I'm at peace. I know what the fuck happened, and I know the type of person she is. Like, I don't need to prove myself, I'm here to just tell my story. And I do want to say, at first I did hate her. I mean, think about it. I want you guys to comment below if your sister-in-law was treating you like shit, and then you finally stood up for yourself and you do a story time, but they hit you over a story time. How would you feel? Like especially while pregnant, like how would you feel during this whole situation? I want to see how other people's perspective is than just mine. But I really do wish her the best, because after all this whole situation, I'm finally at peace, and her brother and me are happy. We have a new home. So, como dicen ahí, after a storm comes a rainbow, you guys. Okay, so let's move on to my father-in-law. Well, he's my man's stepfather. So, I mean, either way, we still call him, I still call him a father-in-law. But basically, he has this machismo mindset, and I'm gonna be honest, he really does. And when we lived with them, he started picking on me, you guys. So literally, from coming from a toxic household to another toxic household, I went to another toxic household. He basically, he was telling me how to raise my kid. Keep in mind, I was really pregnant and dealing with a baby already. I was trying my best. As many of you know, I have this thing, I forgot it's like a long thing, I can't even pronounce it, but it's where I can't keep food down, water down, or I'm always throwing up. So basically, this pregnancy has been the worst, and I will always feel like shit. And in his eyes, all he saw that I was being lazy and not a good mother. So one day when Amir couldn't poop, he blamed me, you guys, and started talking shit to me. And this grown man had the audacity to tell me he was going to tell the government to take my kid away from me so he can keep him, all because Amir couldn't poop and I was pregnant and I feel like shit. I remember that day, especially that day when he started everything. I don't even know if you guys remember, in my story I mentioned that I was in the tub for literally 5 hours. I kid you not, no fucking bullshit, you guys. That day I was throwing up so much. I was throwing up blood, and the nurse said it was normal because I kept throwing up and my throat was scratching up. Like, he was doing so much for what, and I didn't. That's when we went to the hotel. We would here and then go to the hotel because we wanted to escape everything and everyone. And I feel like he was doing all that because of my sister-in-law. So, like, 4 weeks ago, I believe he started talking shit to me. And I had enough, you guys. So, shit went down. I did tell him that he's not allowed to ever see my son. I need everyone to understand that when you come from a toxic, traumatic household, all you want to do or be at is at peace and be able to stand up for yourself. I didn't understand why he always wanted to start shit with me, but I was fed up. And right now, he is acting nice. He sees a mirror. I feel like since we moved to a new place, I just want to start fresh and everything new, I just want to be at peace. So I did give him another chance. I don't know. I just wanted to be at peace, and I just defended myself, and a lot of people see me as a problem because I defend myself. I really don't give a fuck. See me as problematic, see me as a problem. I'm here to always stand up for myself. I don't care who you are. I don't ever disrespect me, ever. So my mother-in-law, she was the only peaceful one, you guys. I know I said I'm not gonna talk about her, and I'm not really gonna talk about her, but the only thing I'm gonna talk about is that fact that she is the only person I have no issue with and has kept it peaceful with me. And I truly admire that, because as a mother, when I become a mother-in-law, I would never ever be like those horrible mother-in-laws. Like, I'm glad like my mother-in-law understands both stories. Like, yes, that's her daughter and that's her man, but she also understands my perspective, and that's where I respect her so much, because I like, some mother-in-laws would have just picked their daughter over um daughter-in-laws, and I respect that. Like, she could have done that and she didn't. Like, a lot of you do ask me how he feels and his perspective, and if he thinks that I ruined the relationship, and one day he will come into my podcast. I will have my man in my podcast so he can have his story, or whatever story he wants to share in my podcast. But he saw everything, and he told me that I didn't ruin his relationship with his sister, that she basically did that on her own. He actually fucking hates her. Sorry, I have to say the truth, but it's true. He tells me, since we did move into our new home, he has to still get stuff from the old house, and he tells me that he fucking hates seeing her. And his own words, he says, fuck that bitch. Literally, I put this on everything. His sister did tell us and him in front of our faces that he sees him as the father, and we both kind of questioned how she could say that when she also treated him like shit. So not only did this situation affect me, but affected him as well and other people. I don't know. He did see how his stepfather as well would treat me, so he realized that I was not the problem, that his family is the problem. But before I go, I'm gonna share some stories that I asked you guys to send me, because I want to share everyone else's crazy family in-law stories, and I'm here for it. I'm here for the cheese. This person said, when I first started dating my husband, and my mother-in-law brought another girl over and said she preferred her, my sister-in-law's friend, to be her daughter-in-law instead of me. So I just stood up and went outside where my husband was at and told him what happened. He right away said, get your stuff, we're leaving. And he told his mom, his sister, shit, and we left. He didn't talk to none of them until they apologized to me, and they did that. And now 10 years later, I'm still here, bitches. They love me now, and that their friends, they like stab both of them in the back by talking shit on both. Oh, let me tell you guys, I'm here for it. I'm glad your man stood up for you guys, because I don't see that a lot. I don't see a lot of, they prefer their family over the family they created, and I'm fucking glad. Like, tell your man, tell him yes, I will give him $100 for being the best fucking man ever. But it's crazy how a lot of in-laws don't realize that once you're like, it has to be something about, feeling some type of way that their son is growing up and making their own life. They hate that so much. Like, fuck, man. Like, let your son like have his own life. So here's another one. Girl, I remember this one time my ex-husband's family has seen him punch me in the face, and they did nothing. Can I just say, if I ever see my son punching my daughter-in-law, I will literally fucking kick his ass. A lot of people protect their children. I understand that, but like, what the fuck, man? Like, why will you watch? And I'm so sorry you went through this, my love. I'm truly so sorry, but I would like, why would they, like, I understand it's their son, but that just means they're pieces of fucking trash. Like, letting their son abuse a woman. So another one says, they talk so much smack about me, and my father-in-law tried to get at me while pregnant. Hold on, it cut off like, so I'm pretty sure you were trying to say pregnant. Hold on. You said father-in-law. I don't see ex-father-in-law. Is he? My mother-in-law assaulted me physically. Father-in-law mentally assaulted me, and brother-in-law whipped his dick out drunk on me. Me reading these are really gonna piss me off. I fucking cannot tolerate people disrespecting fucking people. I'm so sorry you went through this. I really hope you're in a better place and they can go suck some caca. It says here, when I first started coming over my boyfriend's house, his mom started telling him when I will leave or go home to find himself someone better. I guess someone prettier and better body, but he still chose me. Oh, I love that. She ended up having to get used to her son wanting to be with me. We kind of get along now. Oh, hell no. You guys are too fucking forgiving. Like I tell my man, you people are so forgiving, so fucked up. Like, because deep down, what if like she still feels the same way and she doesn't like you? Like I overthink so much. That could be me. But I'm glad that you guys have a really wonderful relationship. Just be alerted. Always have your guard, baby girl. Always. Sorry, you guys. Hold on. My mom is like all this cheese, man. I need to drink something. Hold on. What is it? My mother-in-law and her boyfriend made a fake Facebook account with a picture of my daughter, and I messaged him talking crap about her and him and tried to blame me, and I told my boyfriend, and he started arguing with his mom, and she just kept denying. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Can I just say, it's first of all, it's fucking weird the fact that the grown people, why I don't understand why grown people act so childish. I know so many grown as women and men that act more like a children than children themselves. First of all, that's a red fucking flag. Like, why would they make a fake account? God. Okay, maybe you guys do have more crazier stories than me. Because I did tell everyone to send me their crazy toxic in-laws story, and let me tell you guys are not disappointing. I really thought I was the only one with really toxic family in-laws. It says, my mother-in-law got mad and ended up not coming to my baby shower that my mom was planning because we didn't make it how she wanted it, the theme. She waited till my baby was like 1 month old to come and see her for the first time. And when she did, she said that my daughter has my nose, that she will have to get surgery when she gets older. Oh, hell no. I'm gonna be her ass. Okay. Keep in mind, mothers who do this, or mother-in-laws who do this, are self-projecting, and I don't understand why they want a baby to be so fucking perfect when there's just a fucking baby. I don't understand why people want babies to look a certain way. God created them that way. Why change them? Like, God gave me this nose. I literally have an ogre nose. And you know what? I'm fucking proud of this shit. You know why? Because God gave it to me. So, you need to give me her name. I'm going to be her ass for you. Like, already picking on a baby? Like, this woman has insecurity issues and she's self-projecting. But I hope que le mandas a la chingada every time. I really hope so. Okay, you guys. So, I'm going to read you guys the last story someone sent me. So it says, it was my first son's baptism. All the family had been invited from his side of the family and mine. And I remember my sister-in-law invited his ex to the party. And, well, I thought that was disrespectful, which it is. She did it on purpose. So I pulled my man to the side and I asked him if he could please ask her to leave, because if I did, God knew I would be in jail right now. So then my husband, being drunk, starts making a whole drama about how I shouldn't pay attention, that was not and whatnot, while this bitch is shaking her ass like it's a club so my brother-in-law comes drunk, not on drugs, started screaming at me like, what the fuck is your problem, while I was talking to my man saying, oh, I told you not to break my carnalito's heart because I will kill you. And I'm just they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So he's disrespecting me and proceeded to say, I'ma fuck you up. You don't play with my carnal. Mind you, my baby daddy was there too, until I was like, go ahead, do what you gotta do. You tweak your shit. I was not gonna let myself not even against a man, period, sis. Period. Why do men act like bitches? Oh my God. This is my biggest pet peeve ever. And I guess after a while, my baby daddy snapped out of it and started defending me. But after that day, I became so disappointed with him and his family. It was supposed to be a good day for my baby, but it was ruined because the police was called. My baby daddy's brother crashed his girl's car into the neighbor's fence. It was just a mess. And of my mother-in-law was like, what did you do? Make Victor mad, don't press charges because it was your fault. Wow, hold on before I keep going, because there's more. This day sounds like a horrible day. Like, I would have been pissed as well, honestly. But girl, let me tell you story number 2. So my brother-in-law, I love that you guys tell me stories. So my brother-in-law's wife has 3 sisters, and one of them happens to be my baby's daddy's ex. Sorry, guys. Well, the time I was pregnant with my son, my cuñada will always be calling her sis, asking her when is she going to visit. Mind you, we all lived in the same house. Sorry, you guys. I lived in the same house. So from what I've heard, the cuñada says and is still madly in love with my man. One day, my cuñada invites her to come visit from Chicago. She accepts. She accepts. And when I tell you this girl has no self-respect, I mean it. When she arrived there, she would dog me, call my mother-in-law suegra in front of me and her. My cuñada would laugh in the night. She would be walking around with her underwear and ass all out by our room, and my suegra would just be like, está haciendo calor de be like, oh hell no, I would have whooped this bitch ass. Hold on. Oh my god, girl, on some real shit, do not trust his family. Fuck them. They don't want to see you with him, and it's so disgusting that they rather, like, you guys have a whole family. You guys are, happy, and I mean, I don't know, maybe, yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you guys are happy and love each other, like, why the fuck do they care? Like, why are they trying to ruin their son's relationship? I swear to God, family-in-law and mother-in-laws are so weird, because they have like this, like, they need to like detach themselves from their son's lives. And I would never ever be like this, ever. If my son brings a girl, I'm just gonna make sure she's a good girl. She's not doing this and that and bad stuff, putting my son in situations she shouldn't. That's really it. Comment below if you're a boy mom, would you ever act like this as a mother-in-law? I wouldn't, honestly. Okay, you guys, so I don't want to make this podcast episode so long, but basically, I'm going to give you guys advice. If you are dealing with toxic family-in-laws, please fucking stand up for yourself. People will see you as the problem, but who the fuck cares? Regardless what you do, people are going to call you the problem or judge you no matter what, So you gotta do what you gotta do. So if you're dealing with toxic in-laws, please stand up for yourself, or they're gonna walk all over you and they're gonna think that it's okay that they treat you like shit. That is my advice to you guys, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the chisme today. I'll see you guys in the next episode on Thursdays. So I will be uploading every Thursday. Hold on. I will be uploading every Friday, you guys, not Thursday. So by the time you guys are seeing this, it is Friday, and I hope you guys enjoyed your Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next episode 3, where I'll be talking about an abusive relationship I was in, and just abusive relationships in general. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this beautiful chisme. I'll see you guys in the next episode. I love you guys, and thank you guys so much for the love and support. It really means a lot to me. So I love you guys, and God bless you all, and bye.